Well, hello, Tube. Today we are here for Marshall of Canyon Gap by Louis L'Amour. Affiliate link down below. If you use it to go buy this book or any other book, I get a little commission. You get an awesome book, no extra cost to yourself, and you help support my channel. You let me know, hey, for some reason you like these books. I don't know. Do I have something in my beard? Just weird. Just a weird white spot. Okay. This one was okay. I wouldn't call it a banger, but it was definitely solid. So the main man is a marshal and who runs his town with the uh, by putting fear in the people's minds that he's a sharpshooter. He can throw a card in the air and shoot it out of the air, and because of this, his sharpshooterness, there hasn't been any problems in the town that he's been marshaling for a decade. Until one day, a gentleman comes into town. Uh, Jim Millette, I believe his name was. Millette, I don't know. And he is looking for all sorts of trouble. The marshal stops him at the shop when he arrives and he asks for this Hannah Ross's houses. And, gosh darn it, this is bad news. Watches Jim ride to Hannah's house, and there's a pie supper or something that night, and Jim shows up to this pie supper with Hannah, and outside the marshal he stops him. He's like, "You don't want to go in there. Them boys are in there. They're just looking for trouble." And that's when Jim fills him in on his little story where Jim and Hannah are actually married, and Hannah, not knowing whether or not he's dead, went home to this town, and after Jim recuperated, he met back up with Hannah, and that this one of the guys in there, his name was Led something or another, Led Zeppelin, and Led something Led Murray. He'd been after this Hannah girl for a while, and even broke into her house at one point and everything else, and he's just being a real creep. And Jim was gonna put an end to it tonight. And the marshal's like, "No, you let me deal with it." And when then Jim let him know that, I used to see you on stage back in the day in your little plays. I know you're a fraud, and that you just your little card shooting is nothing more than a sleight of hand. And so the marshal's like, "Uh-oh, I'm in trouble." So anyway, Jim goes inside, starts his little beef. Uh, that's when the marshal comes running in and tries to arrest Led Murray before the shooting starts, to show that that he's in charge. And that's when Led let the marshal know, "Hey, I know you're fake all along. I just been letting you just do your little game." And then there's a showdown. And I think that's all I want to tell you. I think you have to go out and read it to know how it ends. I think you just have to do that. Use the link down below and purchase this book, and go to page 150 and start reading it so you can see how it ends. That was pretty good. Not the favoriteest story that was in this so far, but it's far from bad. So, um, I think that's it for this one, peeps. Louis L'Amour's Marshal of Canyon Gap. Have you read it? What'd you think of it? Well, what did I get right? What did I get wrong? I've been doing these videos 2 a day, but I am so gosh darn exhausted. I'm just going to do the one today, and then trying to get ahead, these everyday videos and all. But yeah, I think we survived it. I think we survived it. That's it for this one piece. But if I didn't make any sense at all, that's why. Because even though it's still light out, I think I'm going to bed. Cheers, peeps.